Hey guys, Biggie here. I wanted to talk today a little bit about why I am no longer playing Starfield, nor do I plan on playing Starfield anytime in the near future. So it has a lot of things to do with kind of the Starfield modding community, the future of the modding community, Bethesda as a whole, and starting off with the base game itself. Now, most games that you play, I think you buy the game, you play it, you do the main quest, you do side quests, you can go for like a completionist type thing, and then you're done, you move on to a different game. And I think Starfield is pretty much that type of game. It really doesn't have the replayability of something like Skyrim, which I'm currently playing, or any of the Fallout games, or anything like that. And I think a big reason for it is just due to the core gameplay mechanics. You can play the same character, keep going to New Game Plus, keep leveling, max out literally everything, which is pretty much what I did on my character. There was nothing left to do. So, I mean, what would I do replaying the game? The game itself gives you a mechanic to replay it, and you can replay it very rapidly by skipping a huge chunk of the main quest. So you can just delve straight into all of the little side quests if you so choose. So, I mean, the base game itself, just there's no. I mean, there's certain role play things that you can do, choose different options, but after a certain point, you stop caring. And that's kind of where Starfield is. I just don't care about it. And I think another part to that is probably just the fact that in Starfield, compared to, let's say, Skyrim or Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas, Starfield is the first game that I've played in what I can assume is going to be a series in the future. So, with that being said, if I can take Elder Scrolls as an example, I played Morrowind as my first Elder Scrolls. And for Fallout, I played Fallout 3 as my first Fallout. And when I played those games, I was like, seems pretty cool. And I know this is going to infuriate some of you, but when I first played Morrowind and Fallout 3, I played them once. Morrowind even less than Fallout 3, truth be told. And then I just kind of moved on. And then when the next game came out, I was like, oh, I remember this. And then I started picking up the lore of both the current game that I was playing and the previous game. With Starfield, you don't have that. Everything is brand new. I don't really care about the lore yet. I mean, it just is what it is. Okay, I know about these factions. Let's move on. Let's move on to something else. Now, could mods fix Starfield is the next issue? I don't think so. And there's a lot of reasons for it. Starting with the fact that I don't even know what you could add to Starfield to make it more fun. I already in my personal mod list have 300 mods added. I made the game look nicer. I added some new stuff. And it's whatever. You can change the perks, you can change this and that, but at the end of the day, you're still playing the same game. The only other option is to convert it to something else. And you see a lot of like Star Wars mods coming out, or Mass Effect mods, Halo mods. But if I'm going to convert it to a completely new universe, I'd rather just play the games from that universe. There's plenty of open world Star Wars games. Mass Effect, is already a thing. So why would I convert Starfield to something else? And now, even if that was a thing, Starfield modding, I can only assume, is going to have paywalled mods right from the start of when Creation Kit 2 gets released. Now, for those of you that are going to sit here and tell me that I'm wrong about my stance on paywalled mods, I highly, highly recommend you look up the Parlor versus Cathedral concept by the mod author, or former mod author, Rye. Rye created Rybash. It was a somewhat of a legend in the Morrowind modding community and the Oblivion modding community. And I mean, just to put it simply, when you paywall mods, and yes, it is an author's right to do whatever they want with their work. I'm not sitting here arguing about legal issues. I'm just kind of saying what is the right thing to do. When it comes to paywalling mods, sure, the authors get exclusive rights to their work, and they can do with it as they see fit. But the problem with that is what happens when the mod author moves on? Because most mod authors eventually move on to something else. You can't do anything with that work. It'll be close permission. I mean, what do you do at that point? And that's why Rai mentions the stagnation of mods in the modding community if you start paywalling stuff. And I mean, if you have an open source project, which is basically what modding is or has been up until this point, then you can have a lot more people collaborating with each other and make something way better than any one single person can. I mean, what you're seeing here is thousands of mods created by hundreds of people. There's a bunch of mods in here that are tiny little mods that maybe didn't take much time to make, but each little piece of the puzzle makes the puzzle whole. So, I mean, that's just a too long didn't read of the cathedral versus parlor concept. Now, with the prospect of paywalled mods in Starfield, I think the mods are just not going to be great as it is. And then you have mod authors who are not just looking to make a quick buck, straight up quitting modding Starfield. You already saw that the Starfield Together project got completely abandoned. So I really see Starfield modding as just something I'm not interested in. So if I'm not interested in modding the game, nor am I that interested in the vanilla base game, I'm not going to be interested in it at all. Now, will I maybe revisit it in a year, 2 years, 3 years? Maybe. Maybe. Truth be told, with Skyrim, I played Skyrim once or twice when it first came out. I couldn't finish the main quest because it was bugged. I did as many side quests as I could. The mods at the time were just kind of whatever. So I moved back to Oblivion. And in this case, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to keep playing Skyrim. I'm going to play some other games, such as The Witcher. The Witcher 3 is soon getting its own free modding tool, which seems a little on the nose to me. It is funny, but it seems like CD Projekt Red is doing it intentionally to kind of as an FU to Bethesda, so pretty funny. Now, Starfield itself, I really don't know what to think about it. I don't think it's the worst game. I just think it's kind of whatever. I put 100 hours into it. I don't think it was terrible, but it doesn't hit the same way. It doesn't hit the same way that Skyrim did. Didn't hit the same way that Oblivion did. Didn't hit the same way that Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas did. It's just hard to say really what it is. It would have honestly been better not as an open world exploration game, but instead a linear story driven game, I feel like. Bethesda, I think they tried to do too many things at once, and in doing so they didn't do any one thing right. So it's kind of, Starfield is kind of the jack of all trades, the master of none of Elder Scrolls games. So anyway, guys, Sorry about the long-winded rant. Um, and you know that it's not even to mention that there's a bug currently in Starfield, which may or may not be fixed by the time you guys watch this video. But you can't even continue on your save game if you stay with the same save for too long. That is completely crazy to me. So your save will eventually corrupt. Sounds not that pleasant. You can fix it by going to New Game Plus, but hey, as I mentioned, you keep going to New Game Plus and eventually you get bored. You've already done each quest in every different way you can do it. Most quests, there's two options really. The good guy or the bad guy. Not a whole lot of in between. I guess the third option is to not do them in the first place and then go mine some rocks on an empty planet instead. Alright guys. I will catch you guys next time. Shout out to all the channel members with a special thank you to Eldon, Did Julius, Maple C, Rowdy Audi, Too Many Manny, Austin, Unwise, Laidback Daddio, Jun Wang, Gaming Hermit, Cthulhu Neil, Boguslaw K, MS Mags, Task Reloaded, Robert, Faye88, Death Evan 35, Painkiller, Shadow Trail 1988, Fang 97, Raphael, Matt AK, Shock Blue, Michael Focht, Ninja Girl, Blue Sen, Matt Greco, Gran F Dad, Lazy Dad Gaming, Psycho Wedge, Peach Marie, Formula 000, Ash Elizabeth, Olaf P, Mario Eduardo, Simon, Mohammed S, Forgotten Air, Ha Forehead XD, Soccer Yassar, PJK 1991, Kerno M, Devin Rao, Mr. McFarlane, Nick M, Phil MN, Ragnarok, Balthazar Gelt, Mr. Jody, Diogenes on Ice, Giovenko, and Petrol Pirate. Thank you guys so much.